Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, 4 months ago, the news came from Plains, Georgia, that former President Jimmy Carter and his family had made a decision to enter hospice care, again, as he approaches the end of his amazing 90-year-old life. Interestingly, in the wake of that announcement, their accolades came from all over the world, again, reminding us all about the work that he did during this time in the White House when, again, he led the way to the Camp David peace accords, which demilitarized the Sinai Peninsula. He was a prophet and a leader, a visionary in terms of renewable energy. Again, the Center for Renewable Energy, which to this day still operates in Colorado, that does cutting-edge technology innovation in terms of development of renewable energy. After he left the White House, the Carter Center in Georgia has done amazing work in terms of eradicating disease in different parts of the world, the river blindness, amongst many others. Mr. Speaker, I represent Eastern Connecticut, which again has a special and unique appreciation for former President Jimmy Carter. After he graduated from Annapolis Naval Academy in 1946 and following 2 tours as an ensign on surface ships, President Carter volunteered for the submarine force and was stationed at Naval Base New London, located in Groton, Connecticut. There he received officer training from the Groton Submarine School and was promoted to lieutenant. And this picture shows him on board one of those submarines. In 1952, Carter became part of the legendary Hyman Rickover's new Office of Naval Reactors, an elite unit which introduced naval nuclear propulsion to America's submarine force and revolutionized the reach and stealth of our fleet. At that point of his career, Carter was assured a virtually guaranteed path of promotion and success. However, in October 1953, his 58-year-old father succumbed to pancreatic cancer, and he left active duty with an honorable discharge after 7 years and 4 months of service, returning to his childhood home in Plains, Georgia, to run the family farm. Mr. Speaker, President Carter left Connecticut in 1953, but he never forgot our state. He proved that in 2005 when the Navy, as part of a BRAC process, sought to close the Groton submarine base and transfer its fleet of submarines to Kings Bay, Georgia. Despite the fact that this would help his native state of Georgia, he shocked his home state in the Navy by publicly opposing this plan. As Anthony Principi, the chairman of the Base Realignment and Closure Commission, stated at the time, Carter's letter citing the value of Subbase New London's proud submarine heritage was a key factor when he and the commission voted 7-1 to reject the Navy's plan. 18 years later, with 16 attack submarines down in Groton that are in active heel-to-toe deployments, the wisdom of that position that he took certainly has paid off in terms of obvious, blindingly obvious facts. We also, in Eastern Connecticut, are the place where the USS Jimmy Carter, which was one of the Seawolf-class submarines, was built, and today still operates, doing amazing work as part of that unique 3-submarine class that has farther stealth, deeper, able to operate at deeper depths and higher speeds, and does great works. Recently, the executive officer of the USS Jimmy Carter, Lieutenant Commander Jacob Gates, stated, quote, "As our sailors walk through the ship, they are met by images representing Carter's service to our submarine force, our Navy, and our country. Carter has always been an advocate for those in need. By helping to eliminate disease, feed the hungry, teach Sunday school, and prevent war, President Carter has positively impacted countless lives. We are honored by the fact that we are on the USS Jimmy Carter, and we strive to execute our mission worthy of President Carter's legacy." Well said, Lieutenant Commander Gates. And again, as we pass the 4-month mark of President Carter's hospice, I want him to know and his family to know that certainly in Eastern Connecticut, our prayers are with you, and our deepest admiration and feelings for you are with you, just like by Lieutenant Gates, whose words were reported just a few days ago. Again, we honor your record of service in terms of our Navy, our country, and your service after the time you spent in the White House, where you did not monetize your service, but again, continued to do great things to help people in need around the world. With that, Mr. Speaker, I yield back the balance of my time.